let the music shine. Arrangers and keys, it's your time to fly. Style, sounds, accessories too. We're jamming it live, all for you. Keyboard live, yeah, feel the groove, come alive. Keyboard live, your sound, your vibe, your ride. Keyboard live, yeah, feel the groove, come alive. Keyboard live, your sound, your vibe, your ride. Certain rates that move the new groove. How can I do? Keep the world live, you. Tell me how, just you see the rule. We're jamming it live, all for you. Keyboard live, yeah, feel the groove, come alive. Keyboard live, your sound, your vibe, your ride. Keyboard live, yeah, feel the groove, come alive. Keyboard live, your sound, your vibe, your ride. Keyboard live, feel the groove, come alive. Keyboard live, your sound, your vibe, your ride. Keyboard live, feel the groove, come alive. Keyboard live, your sound, your vibe, your ride. Keyboard live.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Keyboard Live. Tom said, "Are you ready then?" And I said yes, and I wasn't. I was
No.
mid-breath, so apologies for that. And welcome.
Good to be back.
It seems
be
like
back with
we've been away for so long. For those of you that were at Brett's Keyboard Festival last week, so many of you came up to us and said, "You haven't done a video for ages." Well, we have. We did
Yeah,
one
we
last
have.
month. Didn't
Yeah,
we? I think it was because we did with the short month in February.
Yeah,
We had two that seemed quite close together, and then we had one
yeah.
last month. But last month we streamed it on at your studio.
You're out of breath, aren't you, since you ran up there?
Honestly, I
Yeah.
had to run. I've just run to the loo and all that, getting ready.
Yeah, I
but
know.
no, anyway, welcome. Another action-packed show. Keyboard Live. Don't forget, please send us your chats, as I mentioned on the last episode. I just have what you're seeing now on my phone, but I can see the chat. So you can do that if you're watching it on your TV at home or on your PC or whatever. Log in on your phone as well, but just mute the sound, and then you can chat along with us.
Yeah.
Some people are saying echo, Tom. Some people are saying volume. But is it my ears? So I don't know.
Well, it's bound to be mine.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, where shall we start, Paul?
Well, there's been a lot going on since the last Keyboard Live. Most notably, we have been off to, well, you've been to more than one festival.
3 festivals I've been to. So I've
Yep.
been to Stourport first of all. Of course, I was at Hemsby last month. And then obviously more recently with yourself, Paul, we've been to the Brett Wales Music Festival Spectacular in
Yeah.
Cheltenham. We'll talk more about that later.
Yeah, it was a great show.
It was fabulous.
It was my first trip out for 4 years.
Yeah.
A bit of a shock to the system. So I've spent until yesterday just in a dark
Recovering.
room, really, recovering. No, it was great. It was great
No,
to be back out.
it was a very successful show. Very successful, in fact, that we were going to do some stuff on Bohm today, but I've sold them all. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a really, really good show.
To be fair, I think it was good for both of us to get out. This is great when we're doing this online, but it was great to get in front of people.
Yeah.
And the reaction, honestly, to the Bohm and the Ketron was unbelievable.
Yeah, it really, really was.
We had a great weekend for sales, but most importantly as well, we met a lot of people who watch us
Yes.
on a regular basis.
Yeah,
It was
which was
lovely
great
to put
to
a
see.
face to a name. So yeah, if you haven't been to one of Brett's Festival, we'll be covering it a little bit
Yeah,
more
we'll
later,
talk about
won't we?
more than that later. I think the first thing we wanted to talk about is this little fellow, because this has just arrived. This is
Yeah.
the brand new Ketron EVS. So this further expands the Ketron range. Don't forget, I've popped the site shop in the chat there so you can see all the products that we talk about on the show. So we've covered in many videos now, we've covered the Ketron Event keyboard, available in a 61 and a 76 flavour. We've also talked about the EVM, which of course is that in a sort of miniature module. We've covered that all the time. And we're eagerly awaiting the EVM Plus, which is the same instrument again, but features like a built-in screen, if you will. But this has arrived. This is a brand new product, which was announced at the NAMM show earlier in the year in January. So what is the EVS? Well, basically, it's an EVM, but it's without styles.
Yes.
So it's purely a sound module. Now, it works slightly different in that it doesn't. You don't use a touchscreen, you don't use an iPad with it or anything like that. You actually get the sounds from your computer. So you connect it to your computer and, of course, to a keyboard, MIDI controller, whatever. And it gives you all the sounds, or the majority of the sounds, in fact over 500 of those sounds directly taken from the Ketron Event keyboard. So it's a fabulous, tiny, tiny little unit. And it's also the first
Sitting on the end of the desk there.
keyboard product that I've seen. You know, we're talking Yamaha, Korg, Roland, you know, you name it. Krumar, Nord, Bohm, whatever it is that you can think of. This is the first product I've ever seen with the new USB-C. So
Yeah.
it's dead easy to connect up. You simply... do you want
Yeah,
to...
well, I think what we should say is we unboxed this about 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
We've plugged it in, so we're going to learn about it at the same time as you good people are learning about it. Yeah, it is physically very small. Already I can see there's lots of applications for this. So if you use MIDI files, this is an incredible sound source for those MIDI files. Forget the real drums for a minute on EVM. Ketron's own MIDI drums have always had that real live feel to it. So, and they've always been great MIDI file players. So if you are a big MIDI file user, that could be a brilliant option for driving the MIDI files
so
separately.
if you've got some MIDI files on your computer that you want to revoice, you want to maybe record it as audio and put it into your Genos or put it into your 5X or whatever, or just simply you have fun editing MIDI files and changing the sounds, etc. Like Paul said, it's a really, really good tool, a little voice box, if you will, to help you change those MIDI files.
Now we've connected it to a PA5X today just for quickness, but I mean, Adam's saying you need to use a computer. Actually, if you've got a good controller keyboard with buttons and sliders, you can assign those buttons and sliders to call up sounds or your preset sounds or the drawbars on there, because I'll show you in a minute. This has even got the little drawbar unit in it as well.
So people have said, is this a successor to the SD2? I mean, there's been many products over the years. You've even got one of the original, was it the SD1?
No, yes, an SD1, I think.
SD1, full of rust. I bet you've had that 30
But it
years.
still
or whatever.
works.
It still works, yeah.
It still works. I
It
dug
is,
it out of the
it is
garden shed.
that new product, you know, taken as sounds from the brand new event range of products that Ketron make, but putting it into that form factor. Shall I swap places and come around there? Because what we've done is we've actually got a few different camera angles for you guys at home so you can see it. So I think it's this one. There we go. So basically what you get is you get a little app that you download and put onto your Mac or onto your PC.
Yep.
And then you get this screen here. So what is it we're seeing there, Paul?
Okay, well, look, I don't know everything about this. I've had half an hour to go through. What I am going to say before we look at anything, actually, I found it really easy to use and understand how it works. And if you've watched these programs before and you've seen me go on about these 7 pages of editing, effectively, that's what you've got here. You've got some different tabs at the top that you can use. But yeah, let's just, hopefully we're coming through. We haven't got a great volume here in the studio, but so I've just got piano selected. You can see I've just got piano there. But in true Ketron style, we've got 3 layers. So it's like the upper 1, upper 2, upper 3, right 1, right 2, right 3.
So if you look at the top left-hand corner of your screen there at home, you can see it says voice and then it says classic grand.
Yeah.
And then you've got 2 slots underneath that are greyed out. So that's like the Ketron event or a Genos or a 5X, or you can layer right 1, right 2, right 3. It's the same thing. So
So if you would like to switch on the second layer.
So I click the little on and off box.
Yeah.
There it is.
There we go. So that's brought up classic choir, but let's click on that and let's maybe go for ensemble strings.
Okay, so we go into strings and choir and then ensemble here. Click that.
Click that. So we now should have
2 sounds again.
which we have.
And then that's dead simple, isn't it?
Okay.
Really?
You have volume controls there. You have pan controls.
Okay. We've got volume here.
Yeah.
For each part, 1, 2, and 3, we can shift it. We can
So
tune
that's
it.
octave shift. You've got fine
We can
tuning.
pan it left and right.
Yeah.
We've got whether you want the modulation wheel to work or not, because obviously at the moment it does.
Yeah.
And obviously that automatically.
I mean, it's going to sound horrendous.
Of course. But it
I've got
automatically
piano,
assigns to the 5X, which is great. So we've not needed to do anything.
But you can assign what the modulation wheel does to every single voice.
Yeah. I mean, you can actually say, for example, you've got a synth sound along with a piano.
Yeah.
You might want to use the modulation wheel, but not on the piano, just on the synth.
Yeah.
So you could turn it off, in effect, on the piano bit. So now it will only, mod will only work on the string sound, etc. So you can do that. We can edit the sounds live. We can change all sorts of different filters and cutoffs and resonance, etc. We can add effects to the sound, which is just over here. We've got chorus and reverb. We can put in insert effects if you wanted to do that as well. Then we've got this section at the top, which is ranges and velocity. Now, we have covered that on, I know you've done it, Paul, and I've done it on various videos.
Yeah.
Where we can,
we're
here we
zooming
go,
in.
we're zooming in, Tom, I love
Yeah.
it. So basically what that enables you to do is, first of all, split it, so you could have piano at
Well,
the top.
look, let's
Shall we do it?
We're doing this on the fly, but let's go to the ensemble, second row,
Yeah,
and go into the lower range and maybe put 50.
50. So you'll see now when I press enter.
There you go. So the bottom bit of the keyboard's greyed out, so that is piano only. As we work our way up, in comes the strings.
So, and then obviously on the, if we change the strings now to 49, just at the top, you can now, you'll have piano at the bottom and then strings at the top. No, it's great. So it's really, really straightforward to do that.
And you could do that with the third sound as well.
Of
So you
course.
very quickly create some zones.
Yeah, so I'm just going to reset that back to it so we
please.
don't get lost. So that's that.
Okay, the other thing we've got is the velocity.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Well, put the lower velocity of the strings, say at 100. There we go. Press enter. Right, so now basically we've got piano. As soon as I strike with a velocity of 100 or more, in come my strings. Back to piano.
Clever, isn't it?
So you get some really good effects with that. And what I discovered literally 10 minutes before we went on air, there are some factory presets there down the left-hand side. And I suddenly found they started disappearing. And I couldn't understand why. But it's the easiest preset system I've ever known. So let's just choose one. Go to Real Mark, which is an electric piano. So right, so we load that up.
Nice sound.
Now, if you have no use for that sound at all, we could change that. So let's change that, say, to a nylon guitar.
So we go to guitar, bronze.
That would be nice. Yeah. So let's.
Nice, I like that.
Okay.
So
Now,
I'll just press
incidentally,
OK on that, sorry.
yeah. Incidentally, the
Sorry, I'm messing. I'm just seeing what that show info does. It tells you what bank it's in and
Yes.
what patch number it is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So once you're connected to a keyboard, things like my octave switches on here will automatically. So we're able to drop down instantly. Okay, I've forgotten where we were, but okay, so we've done that. Let's put maybe a pad sound with it. I think there is one called Nylon Dream.
Oh, okay. So we'll go into here.
So we're going to pad.
Pad.
Yeah. Keep coming down. I think there's one called Nylon something.
Neopad. Nylon theme.
That'll do. Yeah.
What's that one then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
there it is.
you can hear that. Now, what that's done, it's actually put that into that preset at the side. So the first thing you could do is go up where it says Real Mark at the top.
Yep.
And just call that guitar and pad.
So just type it in,
Yep.
guitar and pad.
There we go, enter. And that's it. It's changed down the
So
left-hand
now
side.
here it now says guitar and pad.
Yeah, now if you want to keep all your presets in a certain colour, while it's highlighted, come down to the colour, press green.
Ah,
There we go.
Clever,
So
isn't it?
I can now see which are my
which,
presets
and which are the Ketron ones?
amongst that. Now, I haven't had a chance to check this, but I would imagine that every preset on there will have a number assigned to it.
Yes, yes.
Which you could then call up using a controller keyboard
Yeah.
or your own keyboard.
I mean, it's quite in depth when you're looking at the different things.
Well, the fact that you can layer 3 sounds together, so it isn't just a single sound.
Well, the thing is as well is we talk about 3 sounds like the Ketron, I guess, is if you go into here and we went into, and you can see all the categories. We do have an organ category.
Yes.
But they are preset organs.
Yes.
But you've also got a hidden 4th sound, of course.
Yes.
Which is drawbars.
Which is the drawbars. So what you need to do is, if you want to hear the drawbars
So
on
I'm
their own,
gonna
switch that
switch
section
it
off.
So now there's no sound.
Yep.
If we go to organ
Correct.
and switch it on,
Yeah.
and we've got one, and this here is our drawbars.
And if you go across to where it says rotary on the top,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, got you.
there we go, and put that on to fast for me if you can. Now that's very fast at the minute because we haven't set it, but you can go into the fast speed.
Yeah, and you can change it all. You can there's all you can add
set
drive
all
to
that.
it. I can
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
It's great. And again, if I just then switch that off,
Yeah.
go back and switch the guitar back on, we
Yep.
can do things like we've got a chorus and a reverb section where we can choose the type of chorus
Yep.
and choose the type of reverb, of
Yep.
course, and then edit those.
Yeah.
Main master volume, of course. Then we've got sound banks where you can probably, again, we need to look at this, don't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
But I'm guessing this is where you can create a bank of your own sounds and put that in there and then load it and put them down the side. And it's really, I'm really, really impressed.
And again, let's leave it at 3 sounds on there for a minute,
Yeah.
but up to 3 orchestral sounds. I've decided to switch what we call the local off on upper one. So in
Yeah.
other words, we're getting nothing out of the Korg
No,
on that
no.
button. But that button becomes the on-off switch for the EVS.
Yes.
You've still got upper 2 and 3 here, so that's 5 orchestral voices
Yeah, it's clever.
that we can layer together. I know this will do a lot more yet. We just haven't had time
Well,
to.
earlier we were looking at doing, using things like the sustain pedal to morph between
Well, look, I
sound.
think
don't
I
know,
saved
can-
it.
did
I
you
think I
save
saved it somewhere. Go to strings and vocal.
That
Just
one,
there. Okay, so first and foremost. No, we haven't.
Oh, velocity's on 100. That's
Yeah,
why that one.
but we haven't got strings and. Oh yeah, we have. Yeah, we've got classical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to put that to 0? Then you can.
Yeah. Can you change the piano to a vocal for me,
Okay, so
please?
I change that. Strings and choir.
Go to classic choir.
So I'll go down to where there we go, classic choir.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, now what we could do, if you remember with the EVM and the event, we've shown you where you can morph from one sound to the other.
Yeah.
This has got that facility, so I think it's over on the right hand
Yeah, 'cause
side.
morphing is here.
Yep.
And it's off at the minute, so I'll flick it on.
Yeah, and can you assign it to sustain pedal toggle, which
Yep.
it is. So now,
So the choir then morphs into the string. Really clever.
so all I'm actually doing to activate this, although you can't see it, I'm just flicking a piano style sustain pedal. So we're on strings.
Clever.
For a little while, you've got strings and choir,
Yeah, 'cause it
but then
morphs
eventually goes back to choir. So I'll bring the strings back in. And if you don't release the note, you've got both. So it's almost like a seamless transition.
It's very, very clever.
Type effect
questions.
there as well. Yeah.
Does the EVS work with just a mouse and computer, or can users use a touchscreen? No, you've got to use a computer.
Yeah, because the app is only available on Mac, iOS, or Windows.
I mean, obviously that could change, but at the moment, no, you have to use the dedicated app that is on your browser, on your computer.
Yeah.
Obviously, there is a product if you want to use a touchscreen, and that's called the EVM.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Yeah.
what differentiates the two, really, between the two.
But you're looking at a price of £660.
Today.
It is over 500 sounds.
Yeah, it's
over
yeah.
500
I mean, I'll
sounds. 63 drum kits.
flick back over here. I've got the specifications here.
You've disappeared,
I've
Adam.
disappeared. Hang on. Hang on. There we go.
we go.
So yeah, you've got over 500 sounds, 63 drum sets, over 3 gig of factory sounds. You've got loads of effects, including reverb, chorus, compressor, overdrive, distortion, EQ, wah-wah, tremolo, vibrato, flanger, phaser, rotary delay. Each program has its own effects. You've got digital drawbars, of course,
Yep.
with obviously vibrato, all the different vibratos and choruses. You've got percussion, we've got overdrive. Yeah, it's really, really,
It has got
really
some sample
clever.
memory in it as well, so you can load new sounds into
Yeah,
it.
we were looking at that before.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't have any of the
Yep.
the sounds available to us at the time. But obviously, as you all know, Paul's bought one, so he's going to take it home with him, and you'll no doubt see lots of videos popping up on Keyboard
Yeah, I
World.
will get a closer look at it early part of next week.
So,
but,
yeah.
But look, if you've got an older instrument, you're looking to update your sounds, or you just want to add some Ketron sounds to your existing setup, it's a great product. We haven't had time today.
No, it's literally just arrived, so we've unboxed.
But
one.
I'm pretty certain that using these presets, I could assign some buttons and sliders on here to control that. I think it's just a matter of mapping them across.
Yeah, and maybe you could get it to a state where it will pull the sound. So when you load a registration, it will pull those. So you, in effect, don't need to use the iPad, the Mac, or the PC or whatever. You just set it up as you want it, so that your MIDI messages are there and everything ready. So if you were doing a gig or you didn't want to use your PC or whatever, you can just connect your module into your keyboard and it will run independently. I'm pretty sure you will be able to do that.
Yeah. But
Good
yeah,
though, isn't it? I was impressed with
some
that.
great sounds on there. Great sounds.
What's next?
Well, look, what we did, we thought we'd do something just a little bit different. Let me just put this back on so that we've got sound coming out of here if we can.
Yeah, while you're doing that, these are available on our website today. You are free to buy today and receive tomorrow, of course. They are on our website now, and you can find them on the site shop link, which I've put in the chat. Just scroll up. There seems to be a bit of confusion while you're doing that on chats and things like that, because what we do now, obviously, we can now co-stream. So, for example, anybody that's watching on the Scan YouTube channel today, thank you very much. We thank you for that. But we're also appearing at the same time, as if by magic, on the Keyboard World channel at the same time. Obviously, there's two different chats going on. So, obviously, I've got my chat, the Scan chat that I can see. The Keyboard World chat could be talking about anything right now on their chat. I can't see that, but Tom can. So Tom has got both chats that he can see and respond to. So don't worry, if people are chatting in that other group, Tom can still see that. And if there's anything really important that needs a question that needs answering, of course, Tom on his usual God mic will shout through, and then we can answer those questions. So no one is getting left out. And what we're finding now is whenever we do the things together, where we do the little keynotes that me and Paul does, we co-stream those as well. So obviously, as long as you're on either channel, in theory,
Ideally both.
you shouldn't. Yeah, of course, you shouldn't miss anything. So don't worry which platform channel you're watching it on. All the you know, the counts are the same and everything. So don't worry about that.
I'm just. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest now. I'm just warming up.
Right,
Because
good. It's about time.
They've had the air conditioning on in here.
It's cold in here before.
Probably the warmest day of the year so far out there.
Yeah.
And we were shivering about 5 minutes before we went on.
Yeah, we were. But it's warming up.
But yeah, something a bit different. And I want you to stay around for this bit if you can, Adam, because you might learn something.
But go on.
Yeah, you might learn something.
Yes.
It might interrupt me as well. You never know. I knew I'd get a crack out of him eventually.
No, you won't. We had lots of comments at the festivals last week.
Yeah.
They were all negative, of course, all about me. Keep interrupting Paul. Don't look at the camera. That was the other one.
Yeah.
Don't look at the camera. I can't look at the camera because I've too much going on. See, the thing is, the camera's here. But I just to explain, we have behind the camera, we have a screen. So we can see the chat, we can see the camera angles that we're currently on, and it's difficult to kind of, you know, you're trying to read the chat but look at the difficult.
Yeah. Have you finished? Look, what we did at Cheltenham at Brett's the other day, we did a slight impromptu thing on the Sunday morning because they had Brett on in the main stage, and we said, oh, we won't get anybody on the Sunday morning, but actually we got 25, 30
it was
people
great.
up there.
Yeah, really good.
So we did a little bit of playing tuition, and I thought, yeah, maybe just for 15, 20 minutes today, we'll do something just a little bit different. We haven't got an overhead shot of the keyboard, have we?
We do.
Have we got an overhead shot of the keyboard? Wow, look at that. Look at that. Just so people can see what I'm doing. Look.
What kind of operation do you think we're running in?
You made me jump then, Tom. That was mega loud.
I love it up here. I really do. Yeah, look, we're obviously really keen to keep showing you new products, talking about you know, what's new, like with the EVS and things like that, and showing you how to use the products. But obviously none of this is any use if you don't improve your playing at the same time. And I just, a couple of days ago, came up with this little exercise just to show how important it is to spend as much time actually trying to enhance your playing as it is trying to understand. Do you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
So look, we're going to take a really simple chord sequence, and if you want to sort of make a note of this, obviously you can watch this video back afterwards, but we're going to start on A minor, and then we're going to move everything down to G, and we're going to move everything down to F, and we're going to go down again to E. Don't forget there's a black note in E. Okay, so this is basically what we've got. But if you do it like that, it's not very inspiring, is it? So I'm going to shout some numbers at you now, and then I'll explain what they mean. I want 1, 5, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, that's chicken fried rice.
Exactly. Yeah. Look, every note in your chord in the scale has a number. So the 1 in our A minor will be the A.
Yep.
The 5 is the E. The 8 is easy because it's the same as the 1.
Octave, yeah.
It's an octave. So that's going to be the A again. 9, 10.
Okay.
So this is what I would love people to have a go at. Just put your whole keyboard on piano for now. So we're going to go 1, 5, 8, 9, 10. And then do the same with G. So we just, same shapes, all down 1. And F. Now, E's a bit more difficult because we've got 2 black notes at the top because of the scale of E having the 4 sharps in it. So, let's just go through that once again. So it's 1, 5, 8, 9, 10. Great practice this, just to do this on its own. Okay, Now, when we went from 1 to 5, we're missing the third note out. I know we play it, ultimately, it's the
At the
very
top.
last note we play. But because we're missing it out at the beginning, use that on the right hand.
Okay.
And if you can, in an ideal world, play it as an octave. So you'd then end up with this.
Nice.
Now, bear in mind, 2 minutes ago, we were this.
Yeah.
And this is what the whole point I'm trying to make. We're not doing anything. If you can only manage one note, it still sounds lovely. Okay. Let's try and enhance this a little bit. Dead easy rule now. Either go up a note and back down, or down a note and back up.
Okay.
Okay? Not rocket science, so we could do something. Let's go up this time. Let's go down this time. Beautiful, isn't it? And we're creating this from just 4 simple chords. Let's try something a little bit more tricky for you. You might have to work on this one. I call it an octave pendulum. So we're still doing this third note of every chord, but we're doing this. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now try and put the
Two
left
together.
hand to it.
It's very clever.
It's lovely. And honestly, there's nothing I'm showing you. We're going to go and look at one more little bit to this, but there's nothing there that you shouldn't be capable, with a little bit of practice, of having a go at. And all of a sudden, we've actually created a little bit of a sort of soundtrack.
What I love about it as well is a lot of people ask sometimes is how do you know, I've played keyboards for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, whatever it might be. I've never played the piano. How do I get into learning a bit of a piano piece?
Yes.
Use that. We know the chords.
Yeah.
So then do what you said, using the rule and the 1, the 5 and that and you kind of, and then switch your chords off so you've got full keyboard. In effect, you're learning how to enhance, you know, not only your left hand playing skills as well.
But I've talked about this loads of times. This could be an intro.
Yeah.
You know, we're finishing on an E or an E7, and that leads us into the key of A minor, which is the first chord we played. So something like Summertime is in A minor, or I play it in A minor.
Yeah.
So we could use this little thing as an
As your
intro. Mix and match the things. Now we're ready to go in. You can bring the style in.
Yeah, clever.
It's that real contrast. The last one, the last little hint and tip for you on this, and bear in mind you can apply this to any key that you're playing in. We're going to play in perfect sixths now, okay? Because it makes such a beautiful sound. And what you do is you put the root at the top and you put the third note of the chord below. And that actually makes a perfect sixth.
Right, yeah.
Okay? So we can now do this. It's just a lovely harmony. Let's try keeping our hands in the same position, but making some movement.
Love it. And then you're into
and
it.
so on, and you're into it. There is so much you can do in a very simple way. Yeah, things like that little octave, you might need to practice that because it's going at a slightly different pace to the left hand. Although if you look at it closely, the notes are actually timed together. It's just as you hold that last one on, you keep that going. And once you've sort of cracked it, it just happens naturally. And honestly, you'll use those little hints and tips in lots and lots of pieces of music. So I just thought that was.
I think that's great. It's something really different as well from Keyboard
something
Live.
different.
It's something. If you enjoyed that, you want Paul to do more of that. That's something that we can do.
Well,
so.
and in fairness, that's a lot of what we do on Keyboard World.
Of course, yeah.
We had a whole webinar recently where we reharmonised the song yesterday, and it's not about. Sounds daft. The webinar isn't about reharmonising the song yesterday, although it is.
Yeah.
It's about planting seeds and teaching you rules to follow. What I've just done there, yeah, I've used it on those 4 chords.
You can use it on any, can't
But
you?
actually, you could use that same system of, well, you see, with a piano, and I'll finish on this, with a piano, where most people, particularly if you're a keyboard player, go wrong, they hold their chords down there. And it sounds horrible because it's just too deep and grumbly. Watch a pianist play, they do less with this hand and the chords
Are in the right
here. Then you haven't got that real sort of drone down there. What a lot of piano players will do is split the chord up, 2 notes here and 2 notes here. It's something you need to practice, but even as an arranger keyboard player, it's worth doing. It's teaching you some that finger dexterity of the little arpeggio is great just to help you with the chord changes. So even if your aim is never to play just piano all the way through something, just try these things.
Thanks for that, Paul. Well, I hope
That's
you
all
enjoyed
right.
that. I've got a couple of comments here. Anthony Ward, massive thank you to Paul and Adam for assisting me with my purchase from Scan. You're more than welcome. And goes on to say, if anyone is thinking of buying a new keyboard but hasn't got the money, I took out 0% 26-month credit card. So I'm paying for my new Korg PA5X Adam speakers and Theo headphones with no interest. There we go. So thanks, Anthony. So
Now he tells me.
It's obviously so. It's great to see. And it's great that you're trusting and that you're buying products, things like we've mentioned this before, the Theo headphones, the Adam D3V speakers, the amount of those that we sold at the festival, because people have obviously seen us enthuse about them on this program before. But obviously it's quite difficult to demonstrate headphones or demonstrate speakers.
And I think what it's worth saying, and it was probably one of the best reactions over the weekend for me, was we were in quite a big display room, weren't we?
I'll tell you what, shall we go on to the Brett Wales Festival section?
Yeah, but I was just going to mention about the Adam speakers. I explained that they were near field monitors. And I said, that's why I'd prefer you to come close round to the keyboard. But anyway, on the Sunday morning, we set these up, and there were people a long way away.
Well, it was Simon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was sat right at the back. You'll see the size of the room on a video that Brett and Ben have very kindly prepared for us. You'll see the size of the room that we're in, and we kept saying, didn't we?
Well, I made excuses for these to start with. I said, look, if you're fairly close up, which is how these speakers are intended to be used, they're going to sound awesome. Further you are back round the room, these aren't PA speakers.
No.
A guy on the actual back row bought a pair on the
he
strength
said, I'm
of how
buying
they
a set of them
sounded.
because I can hear it, and I'm right. It's crystal clear, and I'm right at the back. So, yeah, they're great. Cracking speakers, these.
And the thing that I think impressed people more than anything was the clarity of them. And we've said that it's not necessarily about having the loudest set of speakers. It is the clarity and the quality of the sound.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Anyway,
do you need to press buttons over here?
Anyway, on with the show. let's check out Cheltenham.
So here I am on the first floor of the Cheltenham Chase Hotel at the Brett Wales Music Festival. And this is where our instrument retailers show off their product. Right now, Scan Pro Audio, who we're proud to be supported by, are demonstrating the latest organ from Bowen. Let's go and see what's going on. Now I'm here with Adam Whittle from Scan Pro Audio. Thank you for joining us.
You're more than welcome.
Tell us about Scan's relationship with the Brett Wales Music Festival.
Yeah, well, we've supported the Brett Wales Music Festival events for the past 5-6 years now. Not only do we now bring, as you can see in one of our demonstration suites here, a whole host of instruments, for everything from Bone to Korg to Yamaha, Roland, Krumar. We've now been supported by Klaus and the team over from Germany. I brought Paul Carman, who's an affiliate of Scan and joins us on our very popular Keyboard Live TV programme that we have. He's also on the stand with us here to offer top tips and support on how to use these amazing instruments.
What do you think is the #1 must-see thing for any player or enthusiast?
Easy. The one that's been demonstrated right over there is the Ketron EVS, because it's a product that will fit on anything. So whether you have a piano, whether you have an organ, whether you have a keyboard, as long as it's got MIDI on it, the EVM will attach to it. Because you don't see many expanders around anymore, and this is a brand new expander that allows you to use it with an iPad, you can use it with a touchscreen, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful product. So you need to check it out.
I will. As well as just buying the device from you, is there more support available as well?
Absolutely, yeah, because we not only host monthly TV programmes on YouTube, we also host videos every week on YouTube, giving top tips, demonstration ideas, that kind of thing, on how to get the most from the instrument that you own. But not only that, anything that you purchase from Scan, you get my help as well. So you can always call me and I will help as well.
So tell us what's going on in these demonstration rooms. We talk about the dealer diary. What's that?
Yeah, that's right. So that's something that's quite new for this year, and it's something that has been really well received. So what we've done is we have separate times throughout the day. We talk about different products. So we talk about how to use that product, introduce the product, what it is, or if you've already got one of those products, how you can use it as well. And we've featured the Ketron modules. We've had a section talking all about our Keyboard Live channel, which is our TV program that you can watch for free every month. And we've also had an amazing session with Klaus Rieper from Germany, all about Bone. So it's been really, really well attended. So it's certainly something we'll continue. There we go. So thanks to Brett and Ben for sharing that clip, the little interview that
which again arrived 10 minutes before we went on air today.
The support that we've had all the way through the festival, they allowed us to put on this, what they mentioned it there, the dealer diary, where the sections at these festivals where there's concerts in the evening, there's concerts in the afternoon, but that's kind of it, isn't it? You can go and have a look at product and that. And I said, well, look, why don't we put together a dealer diary where we can invite people up into the room, where we'll put on little showcases showcasing different products. And obviously Paul, we're giving some amazing Ketron masterclasses. We had Klaus Rieper over from Germany, which was amazing, and everybody really, really enjoyed that. Demonstrating, of course, the amazing Bone products that we had on display there. And then myself and you, Paul, got together and just to chat a bit about what we're doing right now, about Keyboard Live and what we've been up to. So we have some pictures as well we can share, so you can get an idea of the festival. That was Dirk van Ranzijn over from Holland, performing on the Bone SE50 on the final night, which was a fabulous end.
Just
to the
why
show.
why that image is up. The one thing Brett does incredibly well, those 4 huge, great monitors across the screen.
And it's amazing as well, because as you're playing as well, what the Charlie, the guy that was on at the beginning there, has got no idea what you're playing. So I did a set, and it was 45 minutes or whatever it was. He'd got no idea what I was playing. But as you are playing, you've got different angles of the keyboard that you're playing on, or the organ or whatever, but they're also playing clips of the song that you're playing as if it was the real artist. It's really clever, really good. Have we got any more pictures, Tom, or is that... Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Just scroll through these, Tom, as fast as you want now, so you can see loads of these are all Dirk playing on the finale.
But it's put on as a proper show, isn't it?
It
It's
really
not...
is.
You know, you can see the effect of the screens there, so it doesn't matter where you're
There's
sitting.
Klaus doing his session on the opening day on the Saturday.
Yeah.
It's really well attended, really well received, and lots of sales from it as well. Like I
Yes.
said, we've pretty much sold out of Bohm, which is great. Most big shout out there. We've got Klaus there. There's Paul, obviously back out of retirement from 4 years of doing festivals. Nice to see you on the show again. A small selection of the products that we took to the festival as well. That's all right. Keep going there, Tom. So that's Klaus on the Friday night. He opened the show, so that
Yes.
was nice to see. And he brought over that organ himself all the way from Germany, and it was the amazing Bohm 3-manual SE 100.
Yeah.
So it was
Amazing sound
It was
as well.
an amazing sound and an amazing concert as well. So that was good to see. And you can keep going as well, Tom. And I don't know if you can see there as well at the back, the 2 white column speakers. They are EV Evolve 50s. That's something that a lot of people have asked about, portable speaker systems that Scan sell, of course. We sell it all. And that is part of what we took to the festival, the Evolve 50s. They also do a 30, and they do bigger ones as well. But they sound great with the Bohm product, so we thought, why not take them to the festival, which we did. And it's something that I want to feature on Keyboard Live in the future, so look out for that one. Can you keep going, Tom? More of Klaus. You can see 3 manuals on his Bohm. You can just about see him over the top of that, can't you? But the last one.
There you go, that's it.
That's it. So you've missed all the pictures of me playing, Tom. Thanks for that.
Well,
So
there.
no worries. But no, it was a great festival, and it was something that we really enjoyed. Back out on the road again next month up in Blackpool in May. Then we've got a bit of a break, and then we're back down to Hemsby in September, and then we go back with Brett and Ben in Huntingdon. So I'm really,
So over the next couple of months, we'll start giving you some little previews about the Brett Wales one at Huntingdon.
Yes, we certainly will. We'll get
because
some...
they've got Liberace over.
You know,
obviously not the real one anymore.
I tell you what, though, give credit to Brett and Ben, because what they do is they try to keep the lineup fresh.
Yes.
They try to keep it different every year. And doing 2 festivals a year, that's really difficult to do. And also, they're trying to stretch the audience and grow their audience, but they're also bringing in some, I think, really interesting people.
Well, this guy is one of the top Liberace impersonators
in America, all the way
in
from
America.
He's flying someone in from America to do like a. They were playing clips at the festival about this guy, and he performs like Liberace, has the piano, and he stand up, and it's really entertaining. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. So yeah, don't forget, check out Brett's festivals. You can find them on Facebook, of course, or you can find them on their website. I think it's BrettWalesMusicFestivals.com. I think it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hang
We'll
on,
check,
one sec.
we'll
I'm
check
going to
that
check the
out.
video again. Give me one sec.
So here I am on the first floor at the Cheltenham Chase Hotel at the Brett Wales Music
BrettWalesMusicFestivals.com. That's the one. I didn't want to get that one
was
wrong.
seamless the way you did it.
Absolutely seamless. So check that. Or, of course, I know many of you are now joined in our brand new Bohm UK Facebook group, Bohm Organ UK. You can find it there. So join that. And obviously, I'm going to post that video in there to let everybody know what we've been up to. And I've been posting pictures and clips and everything while we're at the festivals.
So we're going to have AJ back with us in a minute.
Yes, we are.
Before we shoot over to AJ, I've been helping quite a lot of customers do a recent update that came out from Ketron. They had some new sounds and some new styles for all the event series. So that's EVM, Event X, and the event keyboards as well.
It's not been easy, has it, Paul?
No.
I'll tell you what.
The actual update was easy once you learnt one little step, and I got fooled by it because you had to go on to, for the sound part of it, you had to go on to Ketron's website in Italy. First thing you need to do is work out how to change it into English. Well, unless you're Italian and you're watching, that's fine. But I managed to change it into English, and I placed an order, which doesn't cost anything, for the updated sounds. And it said, "Thank you, your order's being processed." And like a lot of other customers, I sat back thinking I'll receive an email in a minute with my download link. And I didn't. And then the phone started ringing. It's customers saying, "Well, I don't know what's going on here. It's been 4 days now, and I'm waiting for the sounds." And then I thought to click on my little account profile
Yeah.
at the top, and I found a little menu that said order history, downloads. And there it was. It had been sitting there 30 seconds after I'd ordered it. The download link was there. So if anybody is still yet to update any event product, the styles are not a problem. You just link and it downloads a zip file, which you then open up and load into the machine. The sounds, you have to go to Ketron's website. You will order it. You'll put your email in, which makes you believe that it will come by email. But it doesn't. It just appears under your account on the Ketron website.
So, yeah.
But we are there to help if we can. So
I must say, actually, during the festival, you know, Paul very kindly, we were speaking to Michael, I'm sure he won't mind me saying, who had exactly the same issue.
Yeah.
He'd done everything correctly, but he was waiting for this email that would never arrive. So obviously Paul, at the festival with me, took the time to say to the gentleman how to do it, what to do, and in the end, you were helping him right through the weekend, and he's now uploaded everything into his keyboard and all sorted. So thank you, thanks to Paul, and
it's all right, pleasure.
So yeah, yeah. Anyway, on with the show. Shall we?
Yeah. Now look, just before we show this clip,
Go on.
one of the first things he said, because he wanted us to interact with the clip, and it's not easy with the setup we've got here.
No.
But he thinks we've been quiet for a few months.
Yeah, a few people have said that, and I don't know whether it was because last month's Keyboard Live was streamed at your place and didn't actually appear on the Scan channel.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it might be that. If that is the case, you can now, if you go onto the Scan Keyboards YouTube channel, I've actually edited the site a little bit, or the little YouTube channel a little bit. So all the Keyboard Live broadcasts are at the top.
Yeah.
And the first thing you'll see is Keyboard Live previous shows. And there might be a video there that you might not have seen. So you might want to check that one out, because we did film it at Paul's and we couldn't work out how to co-stream at the time.
No.
But we've done it now. It's all sorted. So that might be why. Or I think it's simply because January, February, short month in February, it seemed like we were doing them every couple of weeks. But then we've had a bit of a break for this one. For last month.
But all I can assure everybody watching, and AJ, feet haven't touched the ground for the last couple of months.
Well, like I say, we've done 3 festivals.
Yes.
We've done you've obviously been doing lots on Keyboard World. We've done
the new magazine, by the way, the new Keyboard World magazine came out last week,
which is free, so you need to check that out, because
That's
all the
issue
products
14.
that we cover on Keyboard Live are in Paul's magazine, and it's free. And where do we get that from?
keyboardworld.co.uk. All right, just go to the Keyboard World magazine tab, and there is issue 14, and issue 13 waiting for you to download for free. So yeah, I've been busy doing that as well.
Yeah, so AJ did ask us the question, why have we been so quiet? Well, we've not been quiet. We've probably been busier than ever, but it's been great to have AJ back on the show, of course. Maybe that's why, because we haven't asked him for a video. Maybe that's probably why.
Probably,
but
yeah. And,
anyway.
and if you sit back and watch this video, after that, we've got the return of Tom.
Not only have we got AJ back,
It's
we've
all
got
happening
the return of
today.
Tom. I wonder if he's done his video yet. Have you done your video yet, Tom?
What video?
The video of what you're doing tomorrow.
No, I can't find it.
No, okay, I'm going to find it right now. Anyway, sit back, strap in, enjoy. Here's AJ.
So here I am on the first floor of the Cheltenham Chase Hotel at the Brett Wales Music Festival. And this is
Slight gremlin. That's not AJ. the AJ one is missing, Tom. So little technical
Seamless
gremlin.
again. Seamless.
Tell you what, it's because we're rusty. We've not been on for so long.
Screen's gone off now.
I don't know if we're still alive or not, but we're still alive. We're still here.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just trying to sort it out.
You're all
It's
right,
just
mate.
our feed has gone.
Yeah, it's okay.
Look, why Tom's trying to sort that out, if you just enjoyed that little 10 minutes I did about playing, this is what Keyboard World magazine was originally set up for. It's got lots of product information, and it's got hints and tips on all the products, but it's also full of these sort of playing ideas and that. that you can follow. And the
Okay, yeah, we're ready.
Okay, no worries. Just you've not seen this comment, but Dave Jones, who was at the show,
Right.
said, "Hi Adam and Paul. That Sunday morning session you did at Brett Wales's festival was really, really useful. That's the session that you're talking about. It was a tuition-y style one like that.
Yeah, slightly different to that. But also, I'm just about to launch through Keyboard World some 6-week courses. So we're looking to get 10 people on at a time, so that we can chat and interact. But it will be an hour's session each week, and it's really I've called it a range of keyboard essentials, and it's all the things you need the basics you need to understand, showing you how to enhance your playing, showing you how to get the best out of setting your registrations up and everything. So again, if anybody's interested, pop over to Keyboard World or drop me an email through the website there, and we'll get back to you with all the details.
Do I press it, Tom, or do you press it?
Yeah, you can trigger it now.
Right, people are commenting. I love that this is so real. It is real. It's live, you see. This is live TV. It's great. Anyway, strap in. Hopefully, this is AJ.
Howdy, Paul and Adam, and to all our viewers out there of Keyboard Live, welcome indeed. Before I go ahead, Paul and Adam, what have you guys been up to over there? You've been quiet for a while. And they usually say that when you're quiet, there's something that is cooking, especially when you talk about salesmen and musicians. So give us a brief snippet of what you guys have been cooking these past few days or weeks over in the UK. Well, over here in the US, it's been a little bit quiet for the most part. I have been doing a lot of traveling between here and Europe, of course. Having said that, though, I want to focus on what's been going on in the social media space. So Ketron just released lately a new software update for the event series. And there have been a lot of mixed feelings about that. Some people are happy about it, some people are excited, others not too excited, and here is why. If you look at the event keyboard, okay, it's a different kind of technology that it has brought to the arranger world, especially when it comes to styles. And this has been noticeable with the audio drums, live bass, live guitar, live sax, live harmonica. And so people have expected that the content that Ketron would put out would be of that same caliber. But what happened is they released a few new styles. A lot of these are actually legacy styles from previous Ketron products. And so if you are a Ketron user who have had, say for an example, SD1, SD9, Audia, some of these styles are familiar to you, right? If you're new to Ketron and you just got your event and you download this package and install, then these are actually brand new styles to you. Now, having said that though, I personally believe all is not necessarily lost, and here is why. These styles give you the opportunity to be able to dive in deep into the event keyboard and personalize it and use the tools that are in the event. You can actually replace the tracks, the MIDI tracks of your style with additional MIDI tracks, okay, from the factory. You can also add audio elements of the factory in your existing style. So for example, if I go here, let me pick this angle so you can see what I'm talking about. We have a style here called Country Fox 2, okay? One of the new things that Ketron have done in all of these new styles is that they have now used the voice to A, B, C, D. In other words, the like one-touch setting in other arranger language, right? Whereby each arranger part is now tied to a lead voice. So when you press arranger A, you get a sound, you arranger B, another sound, arranger C, arranger D, a different one. Initially, that feature has always been there, but there was no content. In other words, Ketron did not spend time and go through the styles and associate the various voices to that style for you. They have done that now in the upgrade. So kudos to Ketron for that. That's one thing. But let me dive in a little bit more and show you how you can make this style yours. So this is one of the styles, Country Fox 2, which is found in the country category, page 4, country Fox 2. Now we've all probably played around with the style. So this is what the style sounds like when you download and install in your event keyboard. Okay, so that is the style as you know, out the box, or when you download it from the web and you install in your event. That's what the style sounds like. But did you know that you can actually use that feature on there called view and modeling? Actually, it's called live modeling. And I can go in there, like I said before, I can replace some of those MIDI tracks with additional factory tracks. Or if you have the AJAM Sonic package or the Pro packs, you can have additional tracks that you can replace these ones with if you are not satisfied. But more importantly, I can now add audio, which is what the event actually brings to the table, the capability to be able to add audio elements to your styles. So if indeed you are not satisfied with that style, check this out. I can go into my view and modeling, and I can now go to my chord. Let's say chord 1. If you notice, you see the blue lines in there. So these chords have content. In other words, when I'm playing the arranger, I can hear a piano, a banjo, a double coil guitar. I do not hear a brass section. That's why it's great, because there is no content in that particular track, right? And if I go to a variation B, C, and D, I notice that throughout chord 5 is blank. So I can replace that blank track with a MIDI track that comes from the factory. What do I do? Simply touch and hold that, and it takes me into this category. Now, the track I'm looking for to add to chord 5, is it from the piano category? Is it from the guitar, or is it from the orchestral? And if it's in the piano category, which of these subcategories is that track found in? So if I go to Latin, if I want to add a piano track in there, I heard a piano already in the style, so I'm not going to go piano. I'm going to go into orchestral, right? Now it's going to ask me, you want to add a synth or is it an ensemble string? I'm going to go into the ensemble. Okay. Now for this example, I want to go into strings 1 for an example. Now if I play this in variation A, I should hear some strings now coming in. Now, that is nice, but let's just do something here more interesting. For me, the strings, you see, now it was replaced. So the brass section was now replaced with the strings. So I have, and it tells you chord 5, bowed strings, where it came from, right? But the octave of those strings are a little bit low. So I'm going to go into settings, and here are the different octaves of all the parts. And I want to now go in here and make that a +1. So that when I play this chord, that is what I'm looking for. Now remember, that change was only done in variation A. I can go to variation B. It's going to go back to my brass section. I'm going to touch that, and maybe in this particular case, I'm going to now go into guitar, and I'm going to go into the category of ballad. Okay, and I want to add an arpeggio guitar in that track. So if I try like this, and I can keep trying, okay? That sounds more like country, right? So again, it's up to you to be able to pretty much go between the various elements and pick exactly what you're looking for. So now in variation A, I have modified, I added strings into chord 5, and in variation B, I added that arpeggio guitar, okay, thin folk, in chord 5. So you can see how you're beginning to build and thwart this style to your needs and to your taste, okay? So let's do this now. The power of the event comes in what? Audio. Live drummer, live bass player, live guitars, saxophone, harmonicas. So to spice this up, I'm going to go into chord A, and I'm going to go back into my real chords, and I'm going to find or look for something. Again, in the factory, user is off. I'm going to find a factory audio element to make this country style sound more appeasing. And I'm going to go in here and look for blues harp. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to pick a audio element. These are the tempos that the original audio was recorded in. You want to pick a tempo that's very, very close to that of the style. About 30, 35, don't go more than 40 value above and below or below the original tempo, because then you get to, it gets to degrade the audio, right? So 97 here, I'm looking for something 90s, 100. Let's see, blues harp right here, 67. Yeah, that gap is a little bit too much. Let's try this one over here. I'm looking for something that's around 120. If I go here for an example, yeah, 120 with a riff. That becomes a little bit, it's okay, but again, just for giving you the example, you know, I'm going to speed that up a little bit because I want that style, again, to be very, very close to the audio. Beautiful. Now, the strings are a little bit overbearing, so I'm going to come over here, I'm going to drop the volume of those strings. You want the string sound to just be underlying, especially when you start to play lead parts. You want your volume here to be a little bit louder than what you have coming out of the arranger in general. So right now, this is manageable, okay? Effects, I hear a lot of reverb in that string. I'm going to go here, I'm going to drop that, make it lower, and also drop the reverb coming out of my live blues harmonica, okay? And now maybe take a little bit out of that piano as well and make this global, so that whatever changes I'm doing here will impact all the different chords. I don't have to go through each one by one, right? So this is that, bring that there, and we're good to go. So far, what have I done? I have added or replaced some of the MIDI tracks of those styles, of that particular style, with MIDI tracks from the event keyboard itself. I've also added a live audio element, which is the blues harp, to variations A and B. Now, what is another essential thing we can do? We're talking about drums, live drums. So far, what you've heard is the MIDI drum kit coming out of the event, right? If I go into drums over here, now, notice the real drum is blank, right? In this particular instance, I can have real live audio drums and MIDI drums playing side by side together with grooves, groove 1 and groove 2. So I want to add live drums to that country beat. So for this purpose, I'm going to turn off this hold because I want to hear just the drums. I don't want to hear any accompaniment. That's the MIDI drum. I want to go into real drums. Again, so long as user is off, I'm dealing with factory, okay, factory live drums. And I'm going to look and see if I can find a nice country beat that comes very, very close to the MIDI drums that came with the style, right? Country, country, country. I got 104 over there. Country up 1, country up 106. Let's try this one and see. Okay, let me try this one. Okay. So you can hear already that it sounds a lot more richer, fuller, heavier, right? But there's a double tap coming in there because I got two drummers who are playing. I got a MIDI drummer and I got an audio drummer. Now I can't do much with the audio in terms of taking in and out parts, but I can do with the MIDI. So what do I want to do? I want to go in there and remove the kick, for an example. I don't want to have a double kick, you know, slightly out of time from the MIDI and the audio, or the snare drum. So while the style is playing, I'm going to go into my drum mixer, and this change, I want this change to be a global change, so I'm going to touch global. And now I want to remove the MIDI kick drum. See, already it sounds more cleaner. Listen to that. It's like a slight double kick. Right now I got a pure audio kick from the audio drummer. I'm going to remove the snare. Maybe not. I want to put a little bit of snare. Just a little bit. The hi-hat is a little bit too busy. Take that out. Don't want to hear the highs from the audio drummer. And I'm going to leave everything else, because if I keep on testing this, just to make sure that nothing is clashing. And now I'm going to disable this global. I want to make it single, because whatever change I'm going to make right now, I want it to impact just that particular arranger, okay? Yeah, this is getting a little bit too busy. So in this case, I'm going to remove the hi-hat here, okay? And then in C, again, I can pick it out to hear the audio part, and together with the MIDI part. This is good for this example. Now let's try the whole band. So right there and then, I have drastically improved on that new style from Ketron, right? I have now used my tools that are provided to me by the event keyboard, and have been able to go in there and add the audio elements that people are thirsting for, because they were given to you by the event keyboard. You now have the capability to bring that into this particular style that was initially termed or redeemed as being a boring style, right? Now I've added more life. Now, when you talk about music, drum goes with what? Bass. So the bass over here is a stagnant MIDI bass. I'm going to go in there, and in this case, it's either or. Either you play with the MIDI bass or the live. You can't use them both together. So I can use MIDI bass in variation A, and in variation B, I might choose to use the real bass. And in C, I use the MIDI, and in D, I use the real bass. You can see that that's actually been stored, right? So when I go from variation A, it remembers that, hey, in A you want to use the MIDI bass, but in B I want to use a live bass. So just so we have memory about this, that's the MIDI bass, okay? Now in B, it's empty. I have to pick that live bass that I want to use. So in this case, I'm going to go in here. Again, I'm going to look for country bass line. These are arranged alphabetically. So if I go here to country, let's say country 90, not too far in the tempo. Now, I mean, now notice that the real bass is a little bit lower than the MIDI bass. I'm going to bring it up. This is just beautiful. Arranger C, I'm going to pick, let's see, country 90B, and arranger C, I'm going to go and pick the country 90C, which is a variation, right? So this A and B, this is just country 90, which is the tempo that it was recorded at, variation A. A not meaning it has to be with A, is variation, let's say number 1, 2. So the 4 or 3 different country 90 variation bass lines, right? So I'm going to choose B in here. Again, I want to go and get this tempo up. In A, I had it at what? In B was 59. There we go. Magic. And then in D, I have the MIDI. I didn't pick anything in there. So let's see if I can, while it's playing, again, this is all being done in front of you live. So you can see how I am building this up. No. Maybe not a good example. Let's pick something. It gets interesting. How? Country pop? Let's try A. Again, match that volume. There's a reason why they call this an arranger, right? You arrange the music. And unlike workstations, the fundamental functions and features of the arranger keyboard are brought to your fingertips because these are designed to be used live as you're performing or as we're doing right now before you. So of course you've done all these modifications to your initial boring style. Now you've enhanced it and done all these things. The next thing you want to do is press the save button. User style is selected. Save as to give it a name, and guess what? It's going to be now saved as a user style within the same category that the original style came from. So remember, you cannot erase a factory style. What you do is you can take it, you can modify it, and you can save it as a user style. So just before your very eyes, we've taken a style that was rather, MIDI based, and now we've added all these different audio elements, and that, my friends, is where the strength of the event comes into play. You're not stuck with whatever styles the factory gives you or any other third-person personnel, or even if you go to the Ajamsonic website, www.ajamsonic.com, and you download packets like Pro Packs 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are, again, that's a different story for a different day, but I'll just nip in that just a teeny little bit. So what that package does is it allows you to have especially content of the Western world, the Americas, European, Latin, and you can really take this instrument to a whole different level. So we had this right here, okay? I can go in here, and of course this is going to come with your Pro Packs, and I can go into my chord, and let's say in this particular instance I want to add, let's say, human voices to that country beat, right? Well, not a problem. Go into my real chord. Now I'm going to go into user, right? So now we're out of the factory box. We're now in user. And I'm going to look for vocal tracks or vocal harmonies. Again, these are ladies and gentlemen that came into the studio and were recorded saying certain things in various keys. And all I have to do right now is to call them up here as a file. And regardless of what chord I play, I'm going to now be able to control those ladies and gentlemen in real time. So right now I have that selected. If I play, and this is just done variation B. I can go in there and I adjust the volume in real time. Variation A. I had that blues harp, right? 1, 2, here we go. I mean, this gets, you can build and build and build until the cows come home. Well, I don't see any cows coming home anytime soon, but it's very, very interesting indeed to see the potential and the power of this instrument and what it can do at your fingertips. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't be locked in and just depending on, say, factory or third-party software out there. When you buy a machine of this caliber, you know, feel free to dig in, dive in, and explore it, and really customize it and make it your own. That is truly indeed the power and the strength of the event. And before I send you back over to Paul and Adam, one more thing I want to talk about is a feature that is not being discussed out there for the most part. When you load any of these new styles that were provided to you by Ketron, you would notice that instantly as you turn on the style. So I'm going to go into the folk category, and I'm going to pick a style here called soft waltz. Is it soft waltz or slow fox? Let's see which one it was. But I wanted to illustrate this this feature real quick. Let's see. It's not this one. Okay, there we go. Polka 2, right? Okay. You notice that as soon as I selected that particular style, this button came on, which is the variation button. Now, this style has the variation A, B, C, and D with that off. When you turn this on, it's like a D, E, or C, D, E, F, G, H, right? So it's 8 variations of the same style. Now, if I turn that off, listen to this style. See that? Go to variation B. And so what they have done is they have now made use of this variation button. So when you play these new styles, you will notice that instantly the variation button comes on to tell you that there is content in addition to what you have in that particular variation. So if I'm in variation A and the button is off, the style is toned down, okay? It's very, very simple. It gives you more room to play. The moment you hit that variation button, you have additional instruments that are coming along. And where are these instruments? How do you find them, right? If you go into View and you go into Settings, you will notice that there's a column over here, variation here, and it tells you, for an example, in chord 3, right here in arranger A, chord 3 is not tied to the variation button, but chords 4 and 5 are tied to the variation button, meaning that these tracks are only heard when the variation button is turned on. So if I turn that off, I'm not going to hear chord 4 and 5. What are chord 4 and 5? They're the French moussettes and this continental soft. If I turn that on, these two are now heard. Okay? Same two. So what they have done at Ketron is they've made use of existing features that they realized that most people that bought this instrument were not using. Case in point, the variation button, and also the voice to A, B, C, D. And also some tweaks, you know, here, voice leveling, for an example, some voice enhancement, especially with the grand piano. So there's a lot of goodies in there. Again, these are subtle goodies, but as an event user, as somebody who has one of the best arranger products out there, feel free to dive in and explore your instrument. And I think that this software package does give you the capability to do that without necessarily saying that on the instruction set. Back to you, Paul and Adam.
Thanks for that, AJ.
Yes, thank you.
There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. And it's something that we've talked about so often in that, you know, with one of the beauty, I mean, you did a session on it at Brett's. One of the best things about the event is you can literally pick a style, and we're so used to revoicing a style, changing the bass line to be a different sound, but the bass line stays the same. You've got a piano doing an arpeggio or whatever it might be. Let's change that sound to be an electric piano, to be strings, whatever it is. And you change the sound, but the pattern stays the same. The beauty with the Ketron, it gives you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of loops. So not only do you change the sound, you change the groove, you change the feel, you're changing the loop. And it's just incredible. And Tordant, who's commented on the chat there, saying, I really don't need a Ketron. I really don't need one. I've got a 5X. I really don't need one. Yes, you do. Please come join us. Me and Paul will look after you. So, yeah, thanks for that, AJ. It's good to have AJ.
Yeah,
back.
just to add to that, I think the thing that I said last weekend about the Ketron is that you can be a style programmer, but without being a programmer.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to. Like, as Adam said, if you want to change the bass line on a Korg or a Yamaha or a Roland, you've got to go into the programmer and you've got to erase the current bass line and actually play in the new bass line. And that's trickier than you think, because you have to keep within the realms of where the bass can loop and all the different chord, potential chords you're going to play. The thing on the Ketron is you just pick a different pattern.
Yeah.
And the other thing, and that'll just finish the Ketron bit for today, is when you look at, somebody asked me the difference between the live guitar and the real chord. And the real chord, if you listen to them carefully, sometimes it can be 3 guitars playing simultaneously. So you'll have your acoustic guitar strumming, you might have an electroacoustic playing an odd little phrase, and then on, say, the country style, you might get that lovely pedal steel guitar come in.
Yeah.
Whereas a live guitar is just that. It is just one guitar. But, of course, you can add a live guitar to the real guitar track as well.
Yeah.
So, again, you can end up with, like, a band with 4 guitar players in, and that's what makes it sound so full.
Yeah, so unique, and some lovely comments. I really appreciate the chat today, Keith. I have to say I give 5 stars for my purchase of an EVM through Adam and Paul. So yeah, thank you so much for your purchase. Someone else has said, where do I find the sound upgrades from Ketron? They're all on the Ketron website. Just go to ketron.it, which is online. You'll find it. Make sure you change the nationality to English at the top right hand corner, and then it'll display in English for you. But enough of all that. We've another new product to tell you about. And it's a product that you're all familiar with, but it's been slightly changed, slightly updated. In fact, it's remained exactly the same, but it's added a new feature. And that is, of course, the Yamaha SX720. The SX720 has now it's got a new bigger brother. And it's not the SX920 anymore. It's now the SX720 Plus. It's exactly the same as a standard SX720. The only difference is it can have and use Bluetooth. So if you've got tracks on your phone, or you've got music that you want to play through your keyboard that you want to play along to, it's now really, really easy and simple to do with the Yamaha SX720 Plus. The range stays the same, so it's still SX720, SX720 Plus, SX920, GNOS 2. That's the only change. So it's a little addition into the range. I thought, do we unbox one and show one? But I don't think there's a need to. We've all seen the SX720 before. It's exactly the same. There's no difference other than the fact, it's got Bluetooth. And someone mentioned further up, are we going to be covering it? Well, kind of. This is what they're covering it. It's just been released. We have them in stock. It seems really expensive right now. Almost the same price of an SX920. What you're seeing there is the fact that the SX920 and the SX720 are just simply really cheap at the moment on our website. So if you're thinking, maybe I don't need the Bluetooth, but I quite fancy having one without Bluetooth, we've got them for sale on scan.co.uk. Really, really cheap. So check that out. Another bit of information for you before we move on. I've seen these have appeared. So Tom must be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
We've also got, some of you may have seen this video before, but I want to share it because it's so good. But we're about to announce, or Bohm have announced, a brand new software package available for all Sempra instruments. And that is a new style upgrade.
The Groove Pack.
The Groove Pack with Master Ralph Schink, who, for those of you that remember Ralph, you was one of the guys who used to program the styles for Roland Atelier back in the day.
And an incredible player.
And style programmer. He's also been doing some work out in Italy with a company called Decibel. He's now doing some work with Bohm. And this is his first first pack, which means there might be more coming. Who knows? But this is due to be released in a couple of months. So as soon as I have more information on pricing, availability, it will be on our website.
And just before you press play, I had a little listen to them the other day, and
You're not meant to say that. You're not meant
yeah,
to
I
say-
did.
you're not
I
meant
had a
to
little.
say
I
that.
had a
That's why
little
you should be coming to Brett Wales festivals.
little sneak preview of them the other day, and the reason it's called the Groove Box, that these aren't just your average style programmer.
Yeah.
He's actually brought a lot of the guitar parts and the electric piano parts and that. They've got that real live feel about them. He's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, so I'm
Done a
really
fantastic
looking forward
job
to
with it.
getting our hands on those. And
Yep.
as soon as we have that, I'll be able to bring them to Keyboard Live and show you what they're all about. But for now, hopefully this will work. Let's go and see Mr. Rauschink. there we go. Enjoy that. It was good, innit? Some nice chats.
Fabulous.
Saying people it's sounding great, so that's great to see. Just on chats, now there's a few people seem to be a little bit confused on how the chats work. So what happens is we stream on Scan YouTube channel. We co-stream with Paul, so the same stream also appears on Paul's channel. Live, I have the Scan chat on my phone so I can see and I can respond. Tom in the other room can see all the chats together. He has a list with them all on. So if I know someone on the Paul's channel is getting frustrated that I'm not responding, but it's because I can't see them. So maybe for next time, I'll have both chats.
Yeah, that'll solve the problem.
That'll solve the problem. Anyway, so yeah, thanks to Ra. I'm really looking forward to hearing that pack. Someone's mentioned on here that they want to, when they win the lottery, they want to buy one, which is great to see. And you've got an EVM. Klaus was telling us how he built a bomb, because they are all handmade.
Yes.
But he built the bomb with the EVM in it.
Yes.
So when you power up the bomb, it automatically switches on the EVM. It's all connected via MIDI. Comes on your touchscreen on the music desk, and you can program the two together. Really, really, really clever. So, yeah, obviously once Klaus finally gets back to Germany, because he's probably still driving after his long drive over to Brett's at the weekend, we're gonna look at getting Klaus over, plugging him in, and letting him record a load of content with me on Bohm, which will feature on the Scan Keyboards channel, and also get him on a keyboard live, because that would be a good thing to do as well.
Yeah.
What else have we got to talk about before we bring Tom on?
Just really to say, obviously, we want this concept of Keyboard Live and the venture with Keyboard World to continue. Let us know what you want to see us do on future episodes. It's not always possible to do everything in every show. No, that's all I'm going to say. But fire some suggestions at us, the type of things you want us to cover, and then over a period of months we'll try and...
Yeah, I mean, I got a request the other day from Carl. He's probably not watching live, but Carl Peacock, he sent me a message saying about multipads. Yeah, of course we'll do it. It's in the list, and we'll probably cover that next time. We just, obviously what we do is we pre-prep the show 2 or 3 weeks before we actually record the show.
2 or 3 minutes before we do the show.
But we have an idea, don't we, what we're doing the week before or whatever. So obviously sometimes you might miss that. But honestly, if you say we want more Tom, we'll have more Tom.
I've missed the fact we know what we're doing a week or two before.
Did you find your video, Tom? Have you done it yet? Oh, what a shame. Tom is he's got to be away in 20 minutes prompt, because he's gigging tomorrow. As you know, Tom is a world famous DJ. He's gigging tomorrow in Spain. And I found a wicked clip of Tom in the moment doing his DJ set. I'm going to have a look for it now, Tom, while you're on. But he wasn't on last month.
Hang on, he stood over there with a cloth cap on. He doesn't really
look like a DJ, does
like
he?
The Ibiza DJs that I know. But there you go.
No. So I'm going to introduce Tom. I'm going to answer my phone because someone's ringing me. So if it's someone watching live, stop being naughty. Shouldn't be doing that.
Tom, come and join us.
Right.
Come and join us.
Right, I'm going. Right. Thank you, Tom.
Well, it's good to have you back, Tom.
Thank you.
In your own studio.
Yeah, thank you
As
for
you
welcoming
always
me
remind
here.
Yes, yeah.
Odd.
We've got some lovely looking speakers in front of us.
We have, and these are brand new. These are.
Oh, I'll tell you what we ought to... I'm not doing an Adam here. I'm interrupting.
All right, yep.
Sorry, I call it an Adam now when I interrupt. We should have been doing, and we said we were going to feature a brand new subwoofer.
Yes.
This time. The problem is we've sold out.
Yep, we have sold out.
Literally sold out and couldn't get any more stock before the show. So the subwoofer will appear, hopefully on the next episode.
One. Yeah, which is a great option. If you have bought some of the Adam D3Vs, this is the subwoofer is the perfect partner product.
Yep.
If you haven't, and you're wondering what might be the next level of sort of speaker to go from that, maintain many of the excellent qualities of the D3V.
Yeah.
Now, but the main thing about the D3V is that it's great, but it does cut off the low frequencies that it can reproduce
Yeah.
at about 48 hertz. So, of course, this was something I was asking myself earlier, and I'm like, well, you know, what note is 48 hertz? It is... I'm sure someone in the chat is going to get this before I can actually go and put that in. I'll tell you what, for Google's AI search is just thinking about it. Closest note, G1. Right. So that is, I think on this keyboard, I've lined this up with a bit of a empty drawbar. G1 is, where are we? C, B, A.
There we go.
So it's that. Basically, it's that they can do. Now, Adam, shut the hell up! Right. Honestly, you can't get the staff. Right.
He's on his phone.
So, the Adams go to there. Where we've got with these is that these have got a cut-off frequency of 28 hertz.
Okay.
So that means that we're not limited there. We're not limited here on F, down to the D, down to C sharp, down to the C. Oh, of course, it jumps the octave.
No, it's because you've got the lower on.
I've got the lower on.
Oh no, it will do it because you're on drawbars, aren't you? Yeah.
This is what happens when I do something and then Adam goes, "Oh, I'll just play with this while you go and do something else." It was lovely working before I started. So back down. So that's right down to low C. So I think we're almost there. I'm going to drop the octave again. That's the B.
I can still hear that.
And it's in that A sharp. So basically, this will go down to low B.
Yeah.
These aren't loud speakers. These aren't PA speakers. These are close-up studio monitors. We're going to grab them off the desk, but I just wanted to see. I don't know if it can pick up on the camera, but you can see, much like the Adams, there's speakers in the side. Now on the Adams, they're passive. It's just driven to balance the air out. But with these are active 8-inch subwoofers.
Right.
So when we do go down,
yeah. Well, I can
yeah,
see
you can see the cones moving. It's not that obvious on the stream, but it's just quite incredible in something that is this small. I think this is probably the point. We'll go and let's go and pick one up and show you the front.
Do I need to do that? Or?
No, I'll just do it here. So these are from a company called Parma. Now, Parma are essentially a German firm, well known for their high quality hardware, stage hardware, DI boxes, monitor controllers. And this is the first speaker that they've actually come up with. But it works on the same principle as the Adam D3V in that it is DSP powered. So it's got a mini little computer that rebalances the sound in the speaker itself. Right. And much like the D3V, it doesn't have a port. So often when you've got speakers that can deliver very low sound, they do it by having ports on the speakers, which is essentially holes where the bass can then go out. And porting a speaker is one method to extend how low the notes are that it can play. Yeah. This doesn't have that. And that means it's got no noise of the air going through the port, because often what you can get is what's called chuffing, and you will get this sort of pipe blowing sound on your sub bass. You won't get that with this because there isn't one.
Right.
It's coming out of the sides of the speaker. So essentially, you've got like the big brother almost accidentally out of another German company to the D3V.
Right.
So it doesn't go incredibly loud, but it goes deep. And it has actually 3 cones. It's a triple cone device, even though you can't see that. Yes, we've got the ones on the side, we've got the subs, but actually here it is what we call a dual concentric monitor. And that means that the tweeter and the mid-range, the tweeter's in the middle of the mid-range driver.
Right, okay.
So it's what we call single point source. So it means you can have this, like the D3V, very close to you.
Yeah.
I found it was about 18 inches or so,
yeah,
which was which it really started to work really well for me, and it's amazing because for the same reason that the D3V is good when it's used close up,
yeah,
and that's that you're closer to the sound and you're not getting the reflections,
yes,
and the interference from your room acoustics. This does exactly the same thing, just lower and deeper and a little bit more detailed. So it's quite outstanding. Something of this spec I've not really seen before. This small. Okay. Actually, Genelec, possibly 8331, almost. That doesn't go quite as low. It is a slightly smaller cabinet, but you're looking, I don't know, $2,000 a speaker for them. This is nowhere near that. And this is the first time that we've seen something that is this DSP enabled, fairly compact speaker. I mean, realistically, that is not a horrendously large, even if you think about it, it's only, if you've got a 6-inch studio monitor,
yeah,
it's probably bigger,
yes,
a bigger cabinet than that.
Yeah.
So this is really compact. You can have it close to you, and it just gives you that even bass. And when I'm looking at it here, and the reason that I've done it on the drawbars on the organ is that it can reproduce those notes.
Yeah, I mean, before we went on air, we had the big classical organ sound. And
Yeah.
I know that's not going to come over necessarily on the video, but it handled it incredibly well.
And the other really nice thing about it is that, like the D3V, it's got accommodations built into it,
yes,
dependent on where you're going to use them.
Yes.
So are they on their own on stands? Are they on a desktop?
Yep.
It's got a setting that I can go and dial in on the top for that.
Yep.
Is it up against a wall? There's 2 different levels that you can compensate for that as well.
Yeah.
To then, again, even out that tone dependent on it.
Yeah.
It is going to sound best and more even if you have got it in the room away from the walls facing you. But you do get a sensation when you do, because there's sort of a acoustic phenomenon.
Yep.
That when you do put a speaker near a wall, you will get a bass lift from it.
Right.
So it can sometimes,
okay,
although it may be more even and true,
it
can be a little bit more fun.
I would say probably 90% of our people have an instrument up against a wall.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky in the studio because I've got space beyond to put the speakers.
Although I will say, I mean, that's the thing with the D3V as well.
Yes.
The biggest change that you could possibly make to how you're hearing your keyboard, if you've got it with speakers,
yes,
be it the built-in bar with it, anything, is playing into the room rather than you playing the other way round, just because that's how it's easy to set up.
Yeah.
If it's worth you digging it out, and you'll find that things will sound different. You'll get a different balance, and it probably will be a little bit, it'll have a little bit less bass to it, but you'll just get this lovely sort of image, and it's going to be more even. You're not going to have some notes that feel louder than others.
I mean, what's really interesting for me, first of all, again, you've introduced us to a make or a brand
Yeah.
should I say, that I've never heard of.
No,
Never.
no, it's
In
but
all honesty.
again, it's German, it's high quality. You know, they do affordable high quality.
Yes.
But they've been known, again, they're DI boxes, all of this. It's very known as being a powerful workhorse of a sort of product range.
And if I can put it in layman's terms, they're fairly hefty.
They are heavy. You've got, well, this is it. The magnets off the
Yes.
the bass drivers.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot more weight in this. You will need proper speaker stands. This is not something that you can, like the D3Vs, where you can go and get
A
a
mic
mic
stand.
stand and
Yeah.
pop it up,
Yeah.
and it'd be quite happy. These are little beasties.
I think I was saying that as a compliment. It felt quality when I
It
picked it
does.
up. It surprised me how heavy it was for its size.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
normally that signifies quality.
Quite. This is it. And everything else in it. It's actually got a digital input on it as well. There's an AES in. Now, they've done that for kind of large surround sound installs and
Right.
things like that, where you
Okay.
can take advantage.
Yep.
But actually, if you are playing this out of an interface that has got a digital out, you can go digital into the speakers.
Right.
You've got that ability on it. And again, that's normally something that we only see on something that's, I don't know, 1,500 quid up.
Yep.
It's incredibly high spec'd for it. You won't have heard of these. There's very few people who have reviewed them, but they are absolutely excellent. And because of that dual concentricness, can work better than standard speakers of a similar capability. Probably for most people who haven't got a perfectly acoustically treated space that they're using them in.
Yeah. Good.
But they're not, what I will say is, they're not a loud speaker. This is not a PA.
No.
This is high quality with deep bass.
Yes.
It's not that you're going to, you're not going, you might disturb the I mean, you might.
And this
you
may,
can do
this
plenty
may
for
be a
that.
silly question, Tom, and if it is, apologies. They're sold as a pair,
No, they're sold individually.
so could you run, albeit you'll lose the stereo effect, but you could run your left and right output into one speaker.
Only if you combined it in a mixer. So
Right, okay, right.
it's only they are
okay.
mono. They are proper studio quality
Yeah, that's
monitors. They've been designed for
I knew
that.
it was a silly question.
Yeah, so you would want.
You're not supposed to agree, Tom.
But no, it is stupid. You don't. If you're getting this quality, you deserve to get the stereo imaging.
Yeah.
The stereo effect with these is because of the technology that they use, because of this single point source, you tend to find you can move a little bit more between the speakers, and you're going to get a much more even tone where you are. So if you are dancing while you're playing,
Right.
and you're just bobbing about a little
Yeah.
bit, you're going to be quite happy
Yeah.
with these.
Yeah.
But it's an awesome option if you're thinking about something like the D3V, but you were put off and you think, actually, no, they are a little bit small, and
Yeah.
I just want something that's going to be, well, this is phenomenal at this price. We've never seen a singular
We haven't
speaker.
mentioned the price yet, have we?
We haven't. That's because I can't remember what it is.
But they're on the site shop, Adam.
They are
yeah?
on the site shop.
Yeah, they're up on the site shop. So
So, what I really love is just, it's a plug and play device.
Yes.
Having them close, you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
into EQ, you don't need to run an app, you don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
You just plug a cable in. Yes, you've got a little bit of fine tune control on it,
Yeah.
but it's almost like all of that is taking away, it's compensating for it. You're not into calibrating, you haven't got to do any mucking about. If you just want speakers to plug in and play,
and
this
as you've said
is-
before, you can use your keyboard EQ then to get the sound
yeah,
to suit you.
that's
Yep.
it. Absolutely, you can do that. These are under £700 each.
Right.
So you're looking just under £1,400 a pair.
Yep.
So it's not a cheap option.
No.
But then again, if you've got a quality instrument that you have invested in, these will, because of the whole thing with the room acoustics, it means that you will get better sound out of something like this than you will almost any other speaker that isn't got a form of calibration built in. And you certainly won't find one that's got calibration built in and can produce as deep notes as this one can.
Great.
So it's a bit of a no-brainer for me. It's got my full recommendation for it. Just remember, they're not built for volume, they're built for depth, and they're built for clarity.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Just before you leave us, Tom, can I just maybe give you one bit of advice?
Yeah?
Don't wear the cap at the rave tomorrow.
I'll just put it on backwards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah.
See, now I just look. Actually, Neil from Queen.
I won't say what you just look like.
Neil from Queen came in with his with his flat cap backwards, and it's like that's about the most northern thing we can possibly.
Yeah, but no, good luck. You're in Seville tomorrow night.
I am. I'm at Pandora.
If you want to rig it up,
have you?
I have.
Right. Yeah, I'm in Pandora tomorrow playing. I think it's about 5 a.m. So.
Right. Well, I won't be getting up to listen to you.
No, I doubt it. About 2,000 people. It's my favourite club in the world. And I tell you what, it's not because of the sound system, even though that's really good. It's not because of the crowd, even though that's really good. It's not because of the lovely light show that just goes all the way down the venue. The air conditioning in this place is the most insanely perfect I've ever found in a club. Right. Like literally, you can go in a cotton t-shirt and you can jump about like an absolute buffoon and still have no visible marks on you. And it's just perfect. You're not cold, you're not warm. Much not like here, because this is just chaos and it does what it wants.
I've got some questions for you, Tom.
Oh dear.
I'm putting you on the spot here, just in the chat. Just find them.
Why don't you come and join us?
What material are the cones on these?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, that's one for you to get back to. Will these speakers handle karaoke? I use the Bose S1 Pro.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yes, it will. I mean, like I said, this is a home speaker.
Yeah.
You don't want to be doing a gig with it.
Yeah.
It's not what it's designed for.
It says here, I use a Dyne Audio BM12 studio monitors and I use it with my keyboards. Is there a sub that you can recommend? I'm guessing that's the sub that we're going to talk about next month.
That is the one. It is.
Stay tuned. That's for next month.
It absolutely is.
And someone says, yes, they are cheaper than the Adam A7Vs. So
They are.
there you go.
I would actually put these more in that they're competing with the. I mean, it's getting up towards their S series rather than the A7V. And the A7V also, you have to use a lot further away from you. You've got to have more distance from you to the speaker, which means the room's having more effect because it's got a separate woofer, bass driver and a tweeter, whereas these are concentric and you can have them closer.
Tom, thank you.
Yeah,
There
thank
you
you.
go.
Go and load your video.
As always, an absolute mine of information.
Yeah, thank you for that. Oh yeah, apologies by the way for my little in the phone on the back room there. I've just sold a Ketron. Someone's been watching, so yeah, thank you for that.
Through my link, I hope.
Yeah. So no, I appreciate that. So that's great. So no, it's been a good show. I think we've had all sorts.
Yeah, it's
that
been
we've
different.
covered. Don't forget, you can get in touch with us. You can comment. We see all the comments that are on the videos that you post. So for those of us that the ones that we've missed, we'll go back through and look through them again later. Don't forget, you can get in touch with us through various websites that we have. Get in touch with me through scan.co.uk. You can get in touch with Paul through Keyboard World, of course. Don't forget, Paul doesn't just sell all these products on behalf of Scan as an affiliate. Of course, he does private tuition. He does private tuition on the products, private tuition on how to play the products. You've got sound packs available. You've even got a new CD out as well, which is really good as well.
Yep.
Dream Themes.
Yep.
So that was really good. Have you loaded it yet, Tom?
No, it won't download.
Oh, he's just being shy. You want a Tom giving it all this with his decks and thousands of people in front of him. So, but no.
yeah, ready for next time. Let us know
Yes.
if there's anything in particular you want us to cover. Between Keyboard World and your Scan Keyboard channels,
Yep.
we've actually covered a lot of things, and we're quite happy to go over anything.
Absolutely.
And as new things come along, we'll continue to show you them.
There's a lot to look forward to in the poll.
Yes.
We've got the EVM Plus, which is due. We've got the new Ketron Globe that's due. We've got Groovebox, of course, of Bohm. We've got the Bohm to show. We haven't even really touched on that yet.
Yeah.
We've also got Huntingdon later in the festival, later in the year. We're going to probably do some more stuff there and maybe film some of the stuff that we're doing at those events. We've got Blackpool next month, so Keyboard Live will probably be at the end of next month, because we're all so busy. Paul's off to Spain. I'm off to Blackpool.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
I won't offer to swap.
No. Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, keep filling. I found it.
he's found it. Right, he's gonna. You wait for this. Wait for this. You'll see Tom like you've never seen him before. Sans flat cap. He won't be wearing that. But let me know when it's ready. Oh, he's doing the video. Yeah, it's all right. Our screen goes off when he's prepping.
Full screen going out to stream.
Oh, that's all right.
Hope this is worth the wait, but I'm sure it will be. But no, it's been a good show. Been different, but like I say, don't forget we've got the sub to look at next month with Tom. Hopefully, we may have an EVM Plus. I'm fingers crossed for that.
And I will be starting on the EVS videos on Monday morning.
Yeah, and don't forget to download Paul's magazine, where you can probably find out even more about all the products that we talked about on past Keyboard Live episodes.
Why Tom's just sorting that, you've just reminded me of something, quite a salient point, really. And I said this in a little video last time, is that in my magazine, I have a page dedicated to Yamaha. I have a page dedicated to Korg hints and tips and Ketron hints and tips. Just because you don't own a product, don't let that stop you watching that particular video. Because these things now are so closely aligned to one another. Yeah, terminology might be different, but you might have a Korg and watch a Ketron video, and it just sparks a little idea of something you think, oh, well, like, yeah, I could do that, but in a slightly different way on my Korg. So get involved and watch everything. I'm only saying that because I see the viewing figures individually on each of the videos, and it's obvious that Yamaha people only look at the Yamaha videos, etc. But it's not all about trying to get you to swap. No. It's not all about getting you to swap your keyboard. It's about planting seeds
learning
and
new
ideas.
Things. And just on that, I mean, I mentioned it at Brett's Festival, but at Hemsby this year is slightly different, because at Hemsby normally what I do is I take everything. I take Korg, I take Ketron, obviously we took Bohm this year, but I don't take Yamaha because I'm not allowed, because there's another retailer that's at that festival that sell Yamaha, but they weren't there this year, so I didn't take Yamaha. And normally at Hemsby, like we did at Brett's, we normally do sessions. So I will sit down with a keyboard and we'll talk about how to create registrations. We'll talk about various features on the different products that we sell. And a gentleman there has a Genos 2. And he came to watch me do a session on a Korg, which is quite rare because people normally who are on a Yamaha won't necessarily come into the room. But he came in anyway. And he said, I've been coming to this festival for 10 years and I learned more watching you do something on a Korg. I learned more about my Genos 2 in half an hour than I think I've ever learned. And it's simply because, like Paul will play a Ketron, he knows how to use a Genos, he knows how to use a Korg. So if we're demonstrating a feature on the keyboard, whatever that might be that's in front of us, generally we will say, you can do it on a Genos, but it's called this. You can do it on a Korg, but it's called that. You know, voice to ABCD on a Ketron is called, OTS Link on a Genos. You know, it's the keyboard sets on Korg. It's the same thing. So if we're showcasing something and you're sat at the back going, doesn't do that, that product, chances are it probably does, and I will tell you.
Yeah.
So, just because we're showing you another product, don't switch off, because it's very important. And also, you will probably learn something about the keyboard that you've got. And if you don't, at least you can appreciate the technology and where things are going, and you get an idea of, I think they'll do a keyboard next that has that feature on from that keyboard because it was so popular, etc., etc. Are we there, Tom?
Yes, it's lined up on that last video button.
New vid.
Yeah.
You sure? All right. Okay. Let's see. But let's have a look at Tom.
No,
It's not playing.
that was. Did they have the lights out that night, Tom, when you were on? No, so let's.
What a shame.
Nah.
Well, maybe what you need to do, Tom, is film yourself this time and we'll put it on next month's Keyboard Live. At least, can we go to the outro music?
Listen, just thanks for joining us again. It's been a pleasure. And
As
we look
always.
forward to seeing you next month.
Goodbye for now.